How to wholesale real estate without cold calling. What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here, and in today's video, I want to share with you exactly how you can create a path of your first $100,000 in wholesaling real estate with no cold calling at all. Now, this might be like, wait, what's going on? Is this an April Fool's joke? Well, why is Zach telling me that I can cold call motivated sellers with no cold calling at all? And this is something you can completely do, and I'm not pulling your leg. There are certain things you can do that have no cold calling at all that can land you your first $100,000, your first $1 million, and heck, never even do a call in your life. Now, as a guy that talks a lot about cold calling, that loves cold calling, that talks positively about cold calling, and recommends so many beginners to cold call, why am I making this video? Well, I'm making this video because a lot of people don't like the whole grind mentality. They feel like, and a lot of people get into this thing I called, cold calling jail, where they are stuck perpetually going out here and calling, and they just can't get any success. They feel like they are just doing the same monotonous thing time and time again. And what I want to do is really share with you exactly my step-by-step actual formula of how you can go out here and do wholesaling real estate deals with no cold calling at all. So let's break this all down and let's share exactly how we can start doing this with no money at all. And I mean, some money if you want, but really how to go out here and do it the right way. Now, I'm going to show you today how to wholesale real estate with no cold calling. I want you to understand this. Cold calling is not a replacement for doing the work. Cold calling is not the replacement for going out here and actually getting eyeballs in front of sellers and actually getting wholesaling real estate deals. This is not a replacement. I just want you to understand this, okay? Now, when you hear people talk about this, and I've seen a lot of videos of people saying, oh, you don't need a cold call to do wholesaling real estate deals, right? There's no cold calling is involved. But the way that you can be successful is you got to pay $4,000 for this lead pay-per-click or pay-per-lead program, and that's how you're going to be successful. That's how you're going to do deals. And I see people do this all the time where they try to tell you that that's how you become successful. Like that is how you become the best success in the world. And I don't subscribe to that theory at all. I don't subscribe to the theory that you have to pay a $5,000, $7,000 coaching program to go out here and find success. I don't subscribe to the theory that you have to go out here and spend all this money on these masterminds and stupid little guru programs, right? I don't subscribe to any of these theories. What I subscribe to is if you're willing to work hard and you have no money, you can become successful. Now, most wholesaling gurus will tell you need to spend $4,000 because their program's $8,000. And so it makes them look better. And if you can't spend $4,000 a month, why would I want you from an $8,000 program, right? So I think a lot of wholesalers don't understand this, that your guru is just trying to siphon money out of you. That's the point. Now, is that bad for me to say as a guy that owns a software, X leads right here? Hey, I sell software, right? Like I do own a software company, and yeah, spending money on marketing for the bigger players out here and people doing well. Yeah. Hey, it does better for me too, but put the hat on the guy that has helped over 250,000 people with no money at all get started in wholesaling. It's like, you don't need to go out here and spend all this money. The truth is, yeah, spending money does make it better, but don't feel like that's going to be the thing that you need success with. So I get people try to get X leads and they're like, oh, I don't want to work anymore. Like, just because you bought a software doesn't make it better. It's just a tool, right? And to be a legit player in wholesaling, you don't have to be spending $4,000 or $5,000. And a lot of people tell you it's cold calling or spend a lot of money. Cold calling ain't your only path if you're looking to get started and looking to actually become successful without much money or much budget or capital at all. It's weird. You're in like the Matrix right now, or I'm like I'm giving you the pill, right? The red pill or blue pill of just like, hey, this is the truth. You don't have to go spend $15,000 to become successful, and you don't have to do crazy cold calling. There are things you do need to do. And specifically what I want to talk about today is something I don't think a lot of people really want to talk about. But cold calling isn't going to be the thing that's going to get you rich, right? It's what cold calling creates. And the really cool thing about cold calling is it creates good habits. And that's the way cold calling has its biggest benefit is when you cold call, you just get used to it, you make it a habit and you do it. And the problem is I see with all these other marketing channels are wholesalers don't want to create a habit with texting. They don't want to make a habit of probate mailers, right? They don't want to make a habit of these other things. But what I've seen is if you're able to use the good stuff that cold calling can create into your wholesaling, you do a lot better. And so more specifically here, what I want you to do is grab the good stuff from cold calling and put stuff that you don't have to call. And so specifically, they're habits. And a habit is just something where you just do it kind of instinctually. And so for me, I used to cold call Monday to Friday, 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Right? Those were my times. If we create habits with our marketing and habits with our lead generation, we're going to get deals. And specifically, that's what I want to talk about today. And a lot of people feel like they are in, quote, cold calling jail. I see it all the time. I see so many people think they're in this little cold calling jail and they just can't get out of it, right? They can't become successful because they're in cold calling jail. And cold calling is great, but a lot of people get stuck in that jail where they feel like they're like handcuffed for 5 hours on the phones, calling. And I'll be honest with you, I love cold calling to death, but it can become like a jail sentence for a lot of people. Now, as a guy that's addicted to making money, I love doing it, right? But for some people, when you don't have that much time, it feels like a sentence that you just have to suffer. And some people look at cold calling as suffering. And so I'm going to show you how to escape it. And the most important thing over anything else in a wholesaling real estate business, okay? I want you guys to really understand this, all right? In your business, in wholesaling real estate, when I look at successful guys and gals and unsuccessful wholesalers, the one thing that kind of strikes to me the most, all right, when I look at a person that's running a good business or bad business, is just one simple concept. And this is how many eyeballs are you getting in front of your message? So what is your message? Your message is, hey, my name's Zach. I'm looking to buy a couple houses in the area for cash. Or you're looking to sell your house? I'm looking to buy some houses for cash. So basically, we buy houses cash. I'm looking to buy a house for cash offer in your home. That regular stuff, right? And specifically, you're looking to get as many eyeballs as you can or the right eyeballs. And so you can do a list of 100 probates, which will probably be equal to doing 1,000 high equities. And just getting those eyeballs in front of the right people and getting that message is more important than anything else. And so there's the right people and then the volume of people, right? Quality and volume is kind of what I put, but that's it. So if you're not getting eyeballs in front of your message, you're not making money. So if you're not marketing, you're not making money. And so just really understand this. And what I mean by this, and I really want you to understand, is you going out here and filter data sorting and list stacking behind a Google Sheets and data coding and creating algorithms and trainings and processes and SOPs. And that stuff's great, cool. But no eyeballs is seeing a message by you doing that. You texting a seller is getting an eyeball in front of them, right? You going out here and putting a bandit sign out is getting an eyeball out here. But you going out here and trying to perfect your scripts and processes and watching hours of videos is not going to make you the money. It's getting eyeballs out here, people who are looking to sell the property. That is how you make the money. Now, you're watching this video, and I'm not saying stop, don't get out of the video, right? But so you're getting the right information. That is important. But the information without action is nothing. And so what I mean by eyeballs over everything, right, is because a lot of people say the word, and this is a buzzword these gurus say, it's like action, action, action. And it drives me crazy when people say action because people are like, oh, well, I'm just going to go out here and make the right profile picture for my Facebook. That is not action. Eyeballs of motivated sellers are not being in front of your message. That is it. And the reason I say eyeballs over everything else is because the man that spends $500 on a probate mailing campaign versus the person that just texted a seller, the eyeball goes to the same message. So your seller's using their eyeballs to look at your message. They don't care if you spent 50 grand a month on Facebook ads or PPL or PPC, right? They don't care that you spent $0 and you're broke and you live in Botswana. It's all about getting the eyeball in front of the message. It doesn't matter how it got there. It matters what it says. It matters the quality of the seller that you're talking to. But at the end of the day, you just got to let sellers know your message. And everything else is just smoke and mirrors and a distraction of what you need to do. Now, closing, dispoing, I get it. But if eyeballs aren't being seen, it ain't happening, right? And so if customers are not walking through the door, you are not making money. Doesn't matter if someone's already eating at the table. It's about getting people into the restaurant that gets the cash and gets the stuff. So you have to play what I call the quality game and the volume game. These are the two games in wholesaling that we must play. So we want eyeballs in front of a large volume of people, and or we want eyeballs in front of a great quality of high quality eyeballs or high quality people who are on a list that no one else is really going after, right? And so we have to understand this is the name of the game. And so it's a catch-22, right? Because we have a lot of people that just want to go out here and call 50,000 people or text 100,000 sellers. But if you're going 100,000 sellers doing the wrong thing, if you're going west when you need to go east, like you're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to spend money, and it doesn't matter. A lot of people want the participation, but they don't want to get the results. And what I'm telling you is trying to get the best of both worlds. Hannah Montana, as I say, right? The best of both worlds. And so what I can tell you is what you need to do is just pick. And this is just for anyone starting out, okay? It is just for anyone starting out. Focus on 2 quality lists and 2 what I call grind lists. So just focus on 4, right? I was on the ZachDiscord.com on our Friday call, and I was talking to like 7,000 wholesalers, 6,000 to 7,000 wholesalers in the Discord. It's free Discord, by the way. Check it out. Quick plug, ZachDiscord.com. Best Discord community for wholesaling. It's amazing. I should be charging $100 a month. I give it out for free. But I was on that call, and I was kind of talking about how most people can't, like their ADHDs are so bad that they can only focus on 3 things. But I'm going to give you 4 today. Make it a little better, right? Maybe you do the 2-in-1 approach, but like I think most people can only focus on 3, maybe focus on 4, make it an even split. Why not? But just figure out 2 lists that have the highest quality and figure out 2 lists that have the best volume or, something you can grind on. And a good grinding list is like, hey, you do like X leads, do a high equity list, right? You do a tax delinquency list, which is free, right? A drawing for dollars, right? And then kind of a quality list. So maybe just putting a sticky note on a pre-foreclosure, I'd say is high quality. Obviously sending a probate mailer out here would be great. We have a lot of great probate mailing templates that cost no money at all. Like the template's free at freewholesaling.com, right? We have mailing like the information's free, okay? But what I'll tell you is just figure out 2 or 3 lists are probably going to be where I want everyone to start hopping on. And something that I think a lot of people need to know is kind of getting rid of these goals. And I've been seeing this more and more, and with the more followers I have and just the sheer number of successful wholesalers I mentor and help for free, I see that the vast majority of the successful people had these goals, but they prioritized habits over the goals. And more specifically, just making sure they're doing the right things every single day. And another word for this is just having like a short-term vision, a medium vision, a long-term vision. So like, guys, you can have your goals, right? Hey, I want the Lambo with the yacht, the cool apartment, condo, house, mansion, whatever. Like have the crazy goal in mind, right? But have a medium goal, like, hey, within a year, I want to be at 100K. That's fine. But like those things, like don't focus too insane on them every day. More specifically, we need to go on our micro goal or like our goal for the week and the month, more specifically. And the goal should be to hit 100 sticky notes for the week, right? Post 60 bandit signs, digital bandit signs for the month. Like just micro obtainable habit goals. And so if you're a bodybuilder, gym guy or gal out here, and I ask you the question, like, what's the hardest part about working out? The vast majority is going to say just showing up, right? For somebody that hates the gym, right, they'll tell you just showing up is the hardest part. It's never the workout that's the hard, it's just showing up. And the hardest part about marketing is just showing up. Because once you're putting bandit signs out, once you're putting sticky notes out, you feel a lot better. You're making a change in your life. You're getting closer to making 40 grand on a deal. You get more excited. And so what I can tell most people is just focus on creating habits. That is it. A habit of getting in front of sellers and getting your message out to those eyeballs. Create the habit of marketing. Having the goal of the Lambo or the Ferrari or the cool whip is not going to make me rich. Me wanting stupid, superficial things are not going to make me rich. Or even think about retiring my mom. Yeah, it's cool to have that in my head, retiring my mom. But like, how am I going to retire my mom, right? Specifically, it's creating a habit of cold calling, texting, whatever marketing you have in your mind will help you get to that goal. And so if you don't want to cold call, a habit of doing the specifically 5 things I want to tell you is going to help you achieve that goal and achieve what you want to do. And so creating a habit of the right things will help you retire your mom, make the money, make the 100K, whatever it is. But the habit is going to be the key to our victory, right? A lot of people think about unlocking the door, but we never think about the lock and the key to the lock. How do you unlock a door? Well, I'm going to break it, man. It's dead bolted in. I'm just going to imagine unlocking the door, and that's how I'm going to get it. Now, that's stupid. Hey, I'm going to go find a key, right? And then unlock the door. And so a lot of guys are looking at unlocking the door and how to unlock the door and picking the lock when just go find the key and do it. And when I mean picking the lock, a lot of people want to make 100 grand and they want to do it the easiest way possible. There's no easy way to do it when you have no money. There's no easy way when you have a lot of money. You got to grind it out. You can't go spend $300 on the sickest shoes and be the best basketball player in the world. I don't care how much air is in your air bubble on your Nikes. It ain't going to make you better than Anthony Edwards, right? It ain't going to make you better than LeBron, right? Like, no, there's no, you can't go pay for a personal training basketball guy in a week to make you better than an NBA guy. The only way you're going to do it is by working hard. And so that is how you do it. And a lot of these shortcuts, I'm sick of people trying to find them. So create the habit. So on average, it takes about a little over 2 months to a habit to stick. They say 67 days. Some say 64 days. Wholesaling, I say 2 months, so 60 days, but let's call it 65 days. Okay, so this is, so I don't like I just talked about, I'm just clowning on goals, right? And so let's get rid of goals and let's start changing with obtainable, actionable steps. So doing 100 texts a day should be our micro goal, right? Not go out here and get the BMW, right? Let's focus on the 100 texts a day. That is going to give us the key to success. And so let's make a habit today. Let's make a pact. Let's make a sick pact and say 65 days, starting tomorrow or today, whenever you're watching this, right? Of, hey, I'm going to do these 5 habits that Zach's about to tell me. And I'm going to do them for 65 days. And a habit will stick. And this will lead me to 6 figures. The worst thing someone can tell me is when I give them a game plan of success, right? I get this all the time in Flipboard Plus. I get this a lot when I do my one-on-ones on this channel and everywhere else, right? It drives me crazy. But I go out here and I just explain that, hey, this is what you need to do every single week, month, and for the year so you can get successful. And I don't hear from them for 2 months and I say, hey, what happened? Like, life happened, man. Life happened, bro. And I just wasn't able to do it. I'm not getting into it as a choice or not. But if you have the habit, you do it. And I always like talking about the story. And It's funny. So let's look at a habit really quick. I'm not going to get in a whole rant, but let's go. Before I give you the habits, I want you to understand what our habit truly is. Because a lot of people think that a habit is like, oh man, I get up in the morning and I work out. That's my habit. Kind of, but not really. And what I mean by that is, if I could stay in shape and be as healthy and not work out, I probably would. Not going to lie. I think a lot of people would do that too. But like, a habit is something where it's just instinctual in your mind. It has to be done. No questions asked. And working out for me 5 days a week is probably like, it's a must for me, right? It's a non-negotiable in my mind. And so what a habit is for you, my definition is going to be a non-negotiable no matter what. It has to be done. No ifs, ands, or buts. So a lot of people is like taking care of your family is a non-negotiable, right? A lot of people like just there's certain things in life that are non-negotiable. Like, will I ever go out here and here's just an example, cheat on a spouse, right? In my mind, that is a no-go, and you should never do that, and that is a non-negotiable. It doesn't even cross my mind to do that, and it never will. It goes against my moral code that I have as a man and as just a person in general. I don't think I could go out here and tell you to do the right thing if that's what I'm doing on camera, right? Like, it's just duh, right? And that's how strong, when you create your word, and your word is your bond, should be. So when you say you're going to do something, you do it. You don't break that. That is breaking the habit. And of course, if your life's in danger, whatever, right? But the biggest habit everyone watching this probably has is eating. More specifically, eating dinner, right? And so if you look at me, right, I ain't the skinniest guy in the world, I ain't too crazy, but like, one thing I will tell you I do is I do not miss a meal. I love eating, okay? I like to eat. And so I had this habit of eating dinner every night. Isn't that crazy? Like, I don't ever forget to eat dinner. Y'all go out here and forget to market for the day. You'll go out here and forget to do digital bandit signs, but y'all won't forget to eat dinner. You had some nice chicken wings tonight, right? And it's always funny to me that I'm not saying anything, but like, there's some guys over here, they're over 140, 150. That's all I could say, a little bigger, not bad, a little bigger, maybe some bodybuilder type guys that like eating, but like me, y'all don't miss a meal, right? I don't miss a meal. Trust me. Okay. I ain't skipping dinner. Y'all go out here and eat dinner, but you won't market. And I know you guys like, duh, Zach. Well, I mean, you can go 7 days without eating if you have water and survive. Like, you won't die if you don't eat dinner, right? It's not a thing. And so I tell all these people, especially people that aren't like super skinny, and the reason I say because they like eating like me, right? I'm not making fun of anyone, how they look, but like, I'm a tiny dude, right? So one thing I'll tell you is some people that have these crazy problems not marketing, not getting in front of 50 sellers in the day, not right? I say this one thing, and when I say this, their eyes goes, what? That's how crazy. I mean, I'm mentally deranged to make people money and make myself money. So just FYI, but I once told this one dude, a little bigger, I said, you like eating, huh? He's like, what is that supposed to mean? I'm like, I love eating too, right? Like yesterday, I just ate like 8 burrito tacos. No joke. Like, there's this Mexican restaurant locally here. This guy, I don't even know how he makes these tacos. They are insane. They're called burrito tacos. They're amazing. Okay. I ate 7 of them. All right. And like super fatty, amazing. Right. So I told the guy, like, I downed like 7 burrito tacos last night. Like, I'm not making fun of you for this, but like, I don't miss a meal. And I said, well, you don't miss a meal, but you miss marketing. And this was a cold calling example, but he just could not cold call for 2 hours a day for the life of him. He just had this riddling anxiety. And so what I told him was, you don't eat dinner tonight unless you cold call for 2 hours. He said, what? I said, yeah. Make it a new rule for yourself. Make this a new standard for your life. If you do not cold call for 2 hours, you go to bed hungry and you'll starve. He said, you can't make me do that. I said, yeah, I can. I said, I promise you, you will find a way to cold call the 2 hours if food was on the line. A lot of people are very food motivated, right? And that person ended up doing the calls because he liked his food. Duh, right? And so The habit is a must. Hey, I don't eat dinner unless I do this. You are more likely to do it. And if you don't do it, you have to follow through with that. And so my message for wholesalers watching this is I want to share with you 5 habits that you have to start implementing to avoid cold calling, to get you deals. But because I'm giving you what you want, you don't want to cold call. You have to give me what I want, which is a habit. So let's break it all down. Habit 1, 5 habits. Okay, habit 1, SMS text blasting. I want you to text 100 sellers a day. That is a habit that you must do. No cold calling, no working out for your gym rats, no Fortnite, no anime, no bachelorette, right? Like, think of something you love that's like recreational or fun. You can't do it unless you do it. And so for most people, I'd say no TikTok if you're a young buck. No TikTok, no social media until you do your 100 texts for the day. I think that's good, a little habit, right? And it's easy to do once, and it's hard to do every day. And so anyone can do 100 texts in one day once, but it's doing 100 texts one day 365 times in a row. And I want you to do it 65 times so it's a habit so you don't forget it. 65 days to create a habit. That is it. SMS text blasting. 100 sellers. Habit number 2. Post 2 digital bandit signs a day, one on a Craigslist and one on a Facebook group. We teach you how to do it in wholesaling.com, right? How to have AI kind of do all the work for you, or most of it, right? But I'm telling you right now, 2 digital bandit signs a day. That's what I'm asking you. Do it. So it's 130 digital bandit signs you got to put out for the habit to form. Just do 2. I promise you, it'll take you 5 minutes to post 2. That's it. So I don't understand why people forget to do it. And it's not something you can fake. The reason why I like talking about digital bandit signs is it's not even that you posted them. It's about just forming the habit of doing it every day. Helps you get a lot of success. My favorite thing is when I'm doing a Zoom or something with someone, or I'm talking to somebody, and they say that, they're doing digital bandit signs. They say, Zach, I'm posting digital bandit signs every single day, like you say, and I'm getting no deals. Guess what I do? I say, pull up, share your screen right now, pop up your Craigslist. I want to see 100 ads you posted. Well, I kind of had like 4 weeks where I didn't post anything. It always comes out. It always comes out. Well, I kind of conveniently wanted to say, Zach, you don't know what you're talking about. What you're saying doesn't work. But I wanted to leave out that I just didn't do it for a month straight. Right? And I get that. I get it all the time. And this is why, to this day, I invite anybody to talk to me one-on-one. And if you have created a habit of doing your marketing an hour a day, and you've done the things that I say in freeholsing.com, and you haven't gotten a deal in a year, you are completely invited to talk to me, and I'll do a whole audit of your business and tell you exactly the issue for free. It is always you use a stupid guru script who hasn't done a deal in 14 years or hasn't done a deal in like 2 years, who doesn't know what they're talking about, who doesn't do any wholesaling deals, that is absolutely terrible and just doesn't know what they're doing. Right? I see it all the time. You try mixing my good information with a broke guru's information, and you wonder why it doesn't work. Like, a lot of you guys will try to add sugar on a pizza and be like, why doesn't it taste good? The guru put sugar on his cake and you say to make a pizza. Like, it doesn't match. I don't match with guru stuff because I'm not having you spend 18 grand on your marketing, right? I'm not here trying to scam you. I mean, a lot of gurus scam. Not every guru is a scammer, but I see a lot of it. So I see this a lot, but just create it, the habit. All right. Just create the habit. Habit number 3, reverse drawing for dollars. If you can do it, if you have the means for this, if you're virtual, I would go harder on habit number 5, which we'll talk about. But reverse drawing for dollars if you can. Specifically, putting some headphones in, listening to whatever your favorite music is or whatever it is, podcast. A lot of you guys listen to these live streams while you're doing it, right? Which is kind of cool. So you don't have to sit down and watch the video. You can sit down, listen to the video on YouTube while putting sticky notes out, right? That's another cool thing you can do. But you just put sticky notes on houses. Hey, this is Zach. I had a quick question about your property. Please give me a call back. Google Voice. And what I'll tell you is, what should I tell you to do? I think 20 a day is a really good habit if you can. If you can post 20 a day of a pre-foreclosure, code violation, probate, lien, any government type list, even the evictions list, if you can find the owner, like the actual absentee owner, and put it on their house, I think that is probably going to be one of the best habits you can have. 20 a day keeps the guru away. And the actual saying I say is, making an offer a day keeps the guru away. But that's all it takes. I would say 20 a day will create a great habit. You'll get used to it. You'll probably do 100 a couple days, right? That's about 140. Yeah, 140 for the week. So you can do 70 on the weekends. I don't really care what it is. But make that a habit for yourself. And it's not that hard. It really is not. And you just put the sticky notes out, listen to your music. Someone says, oh, well, why put a sticky note in my house? Well, hey, me and my partner were looking to buy a couple of houses in the area, and we're just seeing if anyone's looking to sell their house. No, I'm not. Okay, no big deal. Or heck, if the person's scary, you're like, hey, this guy hired me to put sticky notes on houses. He's looking to buy houses. I can give you his information. If not, I'll take down your info and put you off the list. So one secret psychological thing I've always found is when people are angry, if you blame somebody else, it works way better. Like, I'm so angry at that. Oh! Yeah, I know you're so angry over that offer. Rick gave you the offer. I'm just so mad at Rick too. Ugh. And when you just kind of move the anger towards someone else, and if you're angry too, they can't really like if we're both angry at somebody, they can't be angry at me. Let's do something crazy. But like you just kind of shift the blame to somebody else. That's how you do it. So reverse drawing for dollars. Now, number 4 is going to be what I call direct mail. Kind of be whatever you want, right? I like probate mailers, any type of like cheap mailing you can do. So like even tinier postcards if you don't send them out. But I'd say a probate mailer. If you could send if you have the budget for it, there's like $100 a month. If it's too much, it's too much, right? But like if you send like 100 letters out. So we have the free letter template. The letters work really good for probates. Only for probates, FYI. I just see a lot of people having success with it. I would put 100. Yeah, I'd say about 100 a month, which isn't a lot. I think that's 20 a week. If you have the budget for it, I would do it. If you don't, maybe a bandit sign if you can, or some more digital bandit signs. But I would probably do that. I'd go all in on the probate mailers. They're just so underutilized. When I look at return on investment, it's going to be better than pretty much most of these competitors and better than most of everything. So probate mailers are really good. Just go to wholesaling.com. We teach you how to do it. A lot of people have these crazy direct mail courses. It's all free, so don't worry about that. And number 5, probably one of the biggest habits I can tell everyone on here is just getting in a room of successful wholesalers. And I'm not saying that for you to go sign up for Flipboard Plus, right? Like obviously that's great. You can get in front of great 6 and 7 figure wholesalers. But the main part of this is just getting in front of a community of successful wholesalers. And so if you hop on any of my live streams, you'll get in front of 6 or 7 figure wholesalers looking to work with you. If you go to my Facebook group, Wholesaling Houses, for 145,000 people, like, yeah. Or you go to zachdiscord.com, which I try to push everyone to go towards. zachdiscord.com, zachdiscord.com. Even though most people know about it, they don't do it. Go to my free Discord. You'll just be in front of a group chat of people looking to become successful. Heck, last night, I'm doing the dishes. And I just hop in the lounge in the Discord, and you got like 8 or 9 guys, just like, I think 3 of them I knew, and they did at least $80K this year. And they're all just hanging out Saturday night talking about how to make money. It's way better than being in the bars with your friends. And just the tangible ROI you get over a year straight of just talking to other people becoming successful and just elevating your friend groups will make you more money than anything else. And this is a marketing ploy, kind of. I call it leveraged lists. And then you can call it JVing, you can call it whatever you want, but the leverage list is kind of like the power of 10 is better than power of 1. And so if I have an army of 100 friends that I have, and we're all trying to get deals together, I'm going to do better than me by just doing it by myself. And if you're able to leverage other beginner wholesalers to go work with you, so if you live in, I don't know, somewhere crazy in Asia, and you can't cold call, you can find a young guy who wants to cold call who might not have money, and you can provide some dial or whatever and have him cold call. So you're not cold calling at all. And you can just kind of leverage his time, and you can leverage your time for the correct way to find wholesaling deals. And so leverage listers are really interesting. It's kind of like JVing. It's just networking. You can call that too. But working with other people that are successful will always work. And obviously flipboardplus.com is great. That's kind of our like community. If you want to like go to live events and do that kind of thing and DM other people, like that's great too, and get in front of me and Rick. But like more specifically, I think you should do it in the free way. JV is someone inside of Flipboard Plus, then you're able to join Flipboard Plus for free. It's the best thing to do because then you have it for free. That's pretty dang cool. But what I'd say is join the Discord, join the Facebook group, comment on the live streams, and just let people know who you are and what you do. Hey, my name's Zach. I'm in South Florida, and I've done a lot of deals, and I'm looking to do more deals. Hey, John in Louisville, Kentucky, you made 100 grand last year. Tell me, what has your marketing been? I know we're not going to be competing. Just tell me, what do you do? Let me tell you what's working for me. It's pretty dang cool. And back in the day, you had to spend 14 grand to be in a mastermind with someone to get that info, but now you do it for free. It's pretty dang cool. And so what I could tell you is take advantage of these opportunities, because these opportunities aren't here forever. And what I mean by this is in my Facebook group, Wholesaling Analysis for Real, I used to do like a weekly Zoom in there for free. And I only had like 8 people in the Zoom. Then I think I looked at the stats. I think 7 out of the 8 people in that Zoom, they were with me for 4 months, and they all made 100 grand within 2 years, like almost 100% success rate. And you're able to just leverage the opportunity of getting in front of me and the people I know when I didn't have a lot of followers. And the Discord's only getting bigger, right? The amount of followers that we have is only going to get bigger. And so do it now and actually have kind of a little social brand around you in all of our communities. So when we double our size in the next coming years, you're able to kind of already have that green check mark. You can go in there, you'll explain it right. You'll have people who already know you. You'll have your networking already done where it's like, hey, Zach's actually a good person to talk to. And then you have people referring you to other people. I call it karma points, right? We were talking about that last week about like, if you just do the right things or get in front of the right people, they will help you out too. And you help them. And when you help people out, everyone makes more money. So leveraging out your connections is really important. And you never know your right connections until you actually start doing it. So let people know who you are. I promise you, there's nothing bad that can happen from that, only good things if you do the positive and right things for you to become successful and you start doing wholesaling real estate deals. So that is exactly how to make money wholesaling real estate with no cold calling at all. People hate their cold calling. They want to do all these different things. They don't want to cold call. They hate it. They clown it. One thing I can tell everyone right now is cold calling is not the devil. Cold calling is not the worst thing ever. But there are ways outside of cold calling for you to do deals. And if you're someone who doesn't want to, truck drivers, right? You live in, I was helping a guy out in Seoul, Korea. It's like a 12-hour time difference, maybe 13. It's crazy to me. And so doing the right thing and letting people know who you are will always let you do wholesaling deals. So let's kind of hanging out with everyone and see what I can do. And yeah, let's get it going. So let me hop on the one-on-one links for everyone on here. We'll help you right here. Cool. And we'll get it going. So Screwhead wants to know, where's the Discord? I think I said the link like 14 times today. But again, if you want to, just go here to zachdiscord.com. It's on the bottom, zachdiscord.com. And you just put that in Google, and it will give you the invite link. And you'll be in there and hang out in there. It's pretty dang cool. So let's see here. I was getting a lot of heat today for my Instagram post. I made a meme Guys, I'll tell you, I personally chef all the memes we make on my Instagram. FYI, right? Chef's kiss. But I made a meme, time to play the game. I love that meme. That guy's so good. He made another meme. He's like 2 for 2 right now. That dude's hilarious. But like, I kind of make fun of it, but I summed up wholesaling in just under like 5 seconds. And I think it was just like, what was it? Let me pop it up. Can I share? I just share my screen. It was on YouTube too. If you look on my YouTube, I had basically, it said, me getting ready to lowball, me getting ready to offer half the Zillow value of somebody's house so I can make a $40,000 finder's fee. And the guy's like, it's time to play the game. I cracked myself up with it. But I summed up wholesaling real estate in a sentence. Me getting ready to offer half the Zillow value of a dude's house so I can make a ton of money. And I don't know, a lot of people are like, oh, this is why real estate's so expensive. Yap your yap. It's just supply and demand. But essentially, that's what we do. We buy low, sell high. We're not buying the house, right? We're writing up contracts and selling it. But that's it. Like, that's wholesale real estate in a nutshell, good friends. Go out here and make lowball offers and sell it for big, fat assignment fees. That makes me the devil going out here and doing capitalism. I don't have to tell you. But we're here to make a stupid ton amount of money wholesale and real estate. So that's exactly how you do it for success. Also, freewholesaling.com is our free real estate wholesaling course. Of course, how you learn how to wholesale real estate for free with no money at all. So let's hop on the StreamYard link one more time for everyone. If you want to hop on and talk to me, here's the link. I allow anyone to go out here and talk to me, for the people, by the people. Try to talk to as many people as I possibly can. Let's see here. So script for sticky notes. Hey, this is Zach. I had a quick question. So, hey, this is Mario. I had a quick question about your house. Please give me a call back. Go to wholesaling.com on the bottom. That'll help you out too. Let's see here. 7 burritos a day keeps everyone away. Oh boy. Yeah, so that's the point of doing this. If your stuff's getting deleted, what I will tell you is you just got to keep experimenting on what works and what doesn't. AI is a great way to figure that out. Let's see here. So you gotta go to freewholesaling.com. So more specifically, you post digital bandit signs on your own personal, on your own. You have a personal, you can have a business page. I would say if you're someone who your grandma still needs to see and stuff, just make another Facebook, make it a business one, make it you smiling with a collared shirt or whatever, professional and nice. So your grandma don't have to see it, and just post that you buy houses cash. I promise you, if you start ending up doing deals, people are going to look you up. Estimates been working great for me. Awesome. Let me know what lists are working good for you. Tell me. Let's see here. Everyone's hopping in today. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for all the support today. It means the world to me. Oh Lord, Nick. We can go debate this all day. Let's see here. Siphon money. No, I disagree. PPC, PPL are not cheap, 200 a lead, but if you want to close 1 in 10 or 1 in 15 calls, PPC is the way to go. So Nick, I'm gonna tell you something that I don't think anybody really understands about PPC or PPL, okay? There are a set amount of motivated sellers in a market every single month. And there are about 4 or 5 PPL companies out there. I know them. A lot of them talk smack. Some of them are nice. Who knows? But the thing is, if the wholesaling YouTubers all push PPL, let me tell you exactly what happens. Guess what happens when you increase demand and supply stays the same? Can anybody tell me in the chat what happens when I increase demand? So I tell everyone to join this PPL company. What happens when I increase demand and supply stays the same? Can anybody tell me what happens in a given market? Let's call it Houston, Texas. What happens if the amount of PPL buyers doubles? Tell me. Tell me what happens. What happens if there's, right? If supply stays the same and demand just increases? I'll tell you what happens. Okay. Prices double. Supply and demand, baby. That's what this business is. And so if everyone starts pushing on the PPL bandwagon, which are basically Facebook ads and opt-in forms on various websites, your PPL lead goes from $2 to $5 to $600. That is it. That's what it works. So if everyone started hopping on the PPL train, you're going to be paying $700, $800 per lead. Okay. And so the reason why I don't kind of I call it the PPL scam is because if we made PPL a big thing in wholesaling, the bids increase, and that's what happens. So if you look on Google AdWords in 2014 of wholesaling real estate versus Google AdWords in 2024 of wholesaling real estate, we buy houses. The bid for the keywords are quadrupled. And so I don't think it's a sustainable business. And so telling everyone to do PPL and PPC, it's not because the amount of wholesalers going in is just not a viable thing to do. So you're saying you close 1 in 10, 1 in 15 calls. I would heavily disagree with that. I think it's a lot worse. And at the end of the day, you don't own the lead. And most sellers on it will fill out 4 or 5 ones, and it's going to be as saturated as a regular lead. And so it's going to be equal to you calling and the person's talked to 7 other wholesalers and looking to sell their house, right? It's not a good business model. And so the PPL thing, it just doesn't work. Some people can make it work, but only at the top, spending $6 or $7 grand. Cold calling. Oh boy, Nick. Oh boy. Okay. Cold calling will cost $150 per batch, somewhere between $30 to $150 for comping software, and maybe free if using Deal Machine. Okay, Nick, bro, do you have a course you're selling? Like, I don't even understand this, man. Cold calling, Google Voice, $0. Check. Skip tracing, cyber background, truepeoplesearch.com, $0. The probate list, the code violation list, the pre-foreclosure list, all these, $0. $0. Texting a seller with Google Voice, $0. See, these are the people I'm yapping about saying you have to spend all this money to do deals. Like, yap. Guys, this is where everyone gives advice on the internet. You have to spend money to make money in the business, man. Guys, I don't know how long I've been spewing you don't need to spend money to make money in wholesaling if you're broke. And it's sad I'm still the only person who's out here trying to go out here and help people learn how to wholesale for free. When everyone's telling you guys to pay a bunch of money. Drives me nuts. New Discord. Yeah, we're almost at 7,000. I predict we'll probably hit 20, 30,000 by next year, and then probably go back up to 100K. So when that Discord gets big, it's going to be insane. That's all I can tell you. But yeah, these gurus, man. I'm not calling Nick a guru. I'm just saying. Someone's put a narrative in your head. And if Nick wants to go out here and show he's closed 50 PPL deals this year, I would love to see the proof. Prove me wrong, right? I can prove that I did 50 cold call deals this year, like way more. So like, I can only give advice of what I do and what I help people do. Like I can't give advice of stuff I've never done. So somebody tell me that PPL is superior and they do less deals than me. And see, I don't like doing that because I do more deals than most wholesalers, right? Like it's not many. I don't get my ego into it. So like most people have not done more wholesaling deals than me. Nicest way I could say it. There's a 1% of a 1% that I know that do more deals than me, but I'm not the guy telling you I have a 900 grand a month budget for marketing, right? It just drives me crazy. All right, let's answer some questions here. Jab, what's going on?
How's, how's everything for you, man?
I'm alive, man, so I'm blessed. How are you?
Always blessed. Same thing, just being blessed every
Where's
day,
that
waking
audio
up.
on here so I can hear you?
Okay.
All right, I can hear you fine now. What's going on, man?
Oh yeah. So since you, I said it in the chat, but someone replied back to it. But I wanted to ask you, since you did like a business degree, you did a business major and stuff. I was about to ask you, like, how do you manage your time while doing wholesaling and also trying to do this business as a whole, that's entirely, you know what I mean?
So I graduated from University of Florida in 16 months. Um, got a business degree, and basically what I did was I wholesaled all day, and then I spent an hour or two at night studying in my free time. So I worked like 15 hours, 2 hours work, 1 hour workout, 6 hours sleep. I just did that. Like it just worked, man. Like don't make excuses. On top of that too, which I don't recommend anyone to do this, but I do have a photographic memory, no joke. And so I would just watch a lecture on 2x speed and then read the text, and then I wouldn't study, and then I get a B or an A. But the only reason I got B's and not C's was because I had a full ride scholarship and I had to maintain a 3.0. So I got A's and B's. But if it wasn't for that, I would have just gotten C's. So honestly, like it just work. But I don't recommend everyone to do what I do because not a lot of people have the gifts that I have. In the nicest way possible. So yeah.
Oh yeah, I get that. I get that. So you didn't have any classes during the day?
Yeah, I just watched the lectures. It's University of Florida, so they had the recorded lectures. I literally lived 4 hours away.
Oh yeah. And
What
so
school did you go to?
uh I go to school in like the Minneapolis area, so Minneapolis, Minnesota. It was like around the U of M area. But
Okay, is it a state college? Is it a
no,
university?
it's a private college. It's called Augsburg or something. So
Okay, is it like is it like a
a
Ivy
Christian.
League extremely difficult school?
I mean, it's difficult, like private school, but it's not entirely difficult. Like,
Private school doesn't make it better.
yeah. I know that, but I'm saying like it's very like my classes are like from I think some days 9 a.m. to all the way to like 5:30. So it's like I'm just trying to figure out
They
how
make
to
you spend 8 hours a day in school.
yeah. I'm thinking about community college because I'm like, no way I'm
Bro,
doing this.
just go to University like Minnesota. I don't even know what to tell you, dude. Most colleges aren't like that, dude. That's really weird. And how much are you spending on the school?
It was almost a full ride, so FAFSA
Okay.
and a full ride almost.
Okay. What do you mean by almost a full ride? So how much is it?
Yeah, I got a region scholar, so it's like 45,000, 50-ish, I think, a year.
How much
Uh,
do you spend?
like maybe $20 I spent.
Okay, that's cool. So you're telling me you have classes from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., 5 days a week.
No, not full 5 days. I do 3 to 3 o'clock, like for like Tuesday. No, Tuesdays and Wednesday, Tuesdays and Thursdays is
So how
5.
many hours is class a day?
On average, it's like different days. One
Dude,
Monday, what? Yeah,
tomorrow. How many hours is classes?
9 a.m. to like 3 p.m.
Okay. How many credits is this a
Uh,
semester? How many credit hours?
17, I think.
Okay. So I don't even think that's even legal. If anyone in the chat can tell me, but most classes, how many classes do you have?
Oh, tomorrow I have
How many classes do you have?
in general 6, I think, 5 or 6.
6. Okay. So most classes meet twice a week. Am I correct or am I wrong?
No, one of the no, a couple of them are 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
So 3 times a week, 2 hours. So each class is 3 hours.
I have 40 minutes in between, which I cold call. Like,
Okay. So how much longer do you have at this stupid school?
I just started.
Okay. So what time does class end at?
Tomorrow would be like 3, so I'd cold call from 3 o'clock.
Call from 5 to 7, 3 to 7, whatever it is. Is this a question?
Yeah, I'll just asking how to like manage your time and stuff.
So I mean, class is stupid, dude. So I mean, you're taking dumb classes. It's business school. It's a joke. Just being honest with you.
Oh, no, I'm
Hey,
taking
if anyone wants to argue with me, I'll argue with you. Business school is the stupidest thing ever. Uh, so I mean, take your classes, but I don't think you even have to study too hard on them, right?
it's
Like, is there anything crazy you're learning?
yeah, it's MIS, so Management Information Systems. So it's business oriented and computer science.
I've done operations management. I've done all the crazy ones.
Yeah.
I've done like all the finance ones. Like I don't think it's that hard, man. And that's not me just trying to say like it's easy, but like you're not doing any hard classes. And what I mean by that is like chemistry's hard, aerospace, thermodynamics, like really hard classes, physics. Like you're not doing crazy. Like I think you can get B's and C's and pass and still have your scholarship. So I would say work from 5 whenever you get off, 3 to 7, 5 to 8, and then
Yeah.
just work from 11 to midnight on your classes, dude.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I'm gonna hit the gym in like 5 a.m. to just wake up and do that. I get that. Yeah, I'm not making any excuse. I'm still gonna put in the
Okay,
work.
wait. Okay, so let's talk about this, man.
Yeah.
Getting up at 5 a.m. Getting up at 5 a.m. means you go to bed at what time?
Like 9 or 10 is right. Oh
9. Okay, let's call it 9 p.m.
yeah.
So get 8 hours of sleep. If you're cold calling until 7 p.m., I know me 2 hours before I go to bed. I'm tired, man.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing about getting up early. Like you're gonna be super tired when you're cold calling. I mean, it's up to you, man. Like you gotta be careful with that. So it's up to you what you want to do, man. But I would say if you get at least the 3 to 4 hours of marketing a day, I think you're fine. And most people in college have jobs, so I think you can make it work.
Yeah, most definitely. I do appreciate that advice. Just gave me a little insight towards that.
Yeah, I think business school is a joke though. So
Yeah, me
I
too.
think you get through it fine. What?
Yeah, me too. Business school is a joke, but I'm just trying to get a degree for my parents and stuff.
Okay, we're not getting the whole conversation about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I'll put you down. I'll put you down a rabbit hole.
No,
But
definitely.
go get some deals. Get that stupid degree, and you should be fine.
Yeah,
But
I almost have 2 under my belt, 2 closing. So
there we go. Keep it up, man.
trying, man, trying. Been at this at a year, so I have to stay more consistent on it. But
Stay consistent, my man. You got this.
anyways, thank you for the advice,
All right.
Zach. Yeah,
Proud of you. Keep it up.
have a blessed night. Bye.
All right. So it's not stupid to go to college. You got to make it work. I think 9 to 5 is stupid for all those classes. If you're in college and you're able to get double 2x speed and a recorded lecture, don't go to the stupid lecture. Just get the 2x speed. It's way better for you. Janice, how are you? Or Janice? Which is the right one? You're muted. You gotta unmute yourself.
Oh, there we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah. How do I say your name? Janice?
Janice, you were right.
Janice. There we go.
Yeah.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm great. How can I help you out?
All right. So I went to look at a duplex the other day with the owner. Each side is about 1,100 square feet. They both are 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. They have a full basement. The one side is just light rehab. Like you just need to maybe tear out some carpet, refinish wood floors, paint. The other side is they had a leak in the dining room, so they put a new roof on it, but they took out like the ceiling, the bathroom above it. They like had to cut a hole in the wall. So there's like heavy rehab on that. I don't know how to figure out the price for this. The AR or like what to offer them. The ARV is 165 ish.
For both? Or
no, for the whole for the comps, I had to do it I did it based on a single family home because there are a lot of rentals around, but it's just hard to find a comp with the rent. So I just went with actually my son's a realtor, so I had him pull my comp.
oh boy.
So the owner it says he thinks in the 70s. He didn't give me a hard number is what he'd want for the building, but he's only it's vacant. Like the last tenant just moved out. The day I put the sticky note on his door was the last day of that tenant. So he was like, "Did you know this tenant?" And I'm like, "No, I just happened to drive by." But anyway, I don't know how to figure out what to offer. I want to talk to him tomorrow, but I don't know what is a deal for this.
Okay, what's the seller's motivation?
He's in his 70s. He's just done with the rental. He has other rentals, but this one, I think he just doesn't want to repair the other side. And so he had the other tenant move out so that he could start repairs. But I think he's just done with it. It's in a really nice location, but I just think he's done. He's ready to get rid of it.
Okay. And do you know how much? So is each side being rented out right now?
It's vacant. He was renting it for $650, but they've been the same tenants for a while. But the going rate in the area is more like $750 to $800 a unit.
Okay. I mean, quick math, just to be really quick, this isn't perfect, but let's say it's 700. 1,400 a month, divide by 1%. 140 is the MAO, roughly, maybe. Offer 120, make 20 grand. Offer 100, make 40. Why not? I would just offer 100 grand and see what they say.
Well, I mean, he's willing to let it go in the 70s. He told me, yeah. He said that he's like, I had him come and look at it. They were going to appraise it for 100 and something. And he's like, I told him it's not worth it because that whole side needs to be repaired. I just, where I get tripped up is.
Okay, with repairs, it's different. So are you getting the $700 figure when it's all fixed up?
Yeah, I would
okay.
say, well, I don't know. Yeah, the side that the tenant just left is they were only paying $650, but he said he's had that same rate for years. He's had the
what
property.
State is this in? Don't tell me the city. What's the state?
Ohio.
Oh boy, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, it's just cheap, you know. So okay, I know these type of properties. So if he's willing to take 70, my gut is just to offer 50. See what they say and get the. At that point, to lock it up for the best price you possibly can. I know there's no science to this. Is at 70, offer a little less, not too insultingly less, because I talked to my son, who's a realtor, and he told me that it's probably gonna be a little more renovations than I expected. Because of that, he wants me to buy it for around $50,000. And you see how I'm blaming all the issues on him. Not because he's a bad guy. But that seller can't be mad at you. They can only be mad at your son.
Yeah, and it's funny you mentioned that because I texted him this morning just to let him know that my son was going to be driving by to look at the property because he couldn't go with me, when I went on Friday. So he knows that my son is a realtor and he was going to drive by. So that's kind of coincidental. But so while I have you though, can you explain I know your formula and stuff for the calculations, for your MAO, but that's where I get tripped up because I took pictures while I was in both sides, but I always get caught on I rewatched your video on the
We got a little internet issue with her. Hopefully she comes back.
Rehab and all.
There we go.
Oh, did I lose you?
For a second. Okay, keep talking.
Okay. So the left side, the kitchen, he tore out all the this is the bad side. He tore out all the kitchen cabinets and all that. And again, they had the leak in the dining room ceiling. So, all the walls, he peeled off wallpaper. And so that side is a mess, but I know on your sheet, the heavy side for so if it's 1,100 on each side, so we're talking for light repair would be around 18,000. But for the heavy side, it's up to 65. The difference though between the medium and the heavy, like 33,000 and 65,000, how do you figure out where you are
So it's
approximately?
Ohio. So my guesses are going to be way lower than you're expecting
Okay.
because like you got to remember most countries not having properties at most be worth 150. We're talking 300-400. I have to make a formula for everything. And so I would probably say, just thinking about it, probably 25 each side. Probably 50 is my guess on the whole thing.
Okay.
So I still think 70 works. I'd rather you lock it up for 60,000 or below.
Okay.
Now, from my experience, your calculations mean nothing to a buyer. The best thing you can do with the buyer is get the lowest price you can and see if they can buy it or not. That is it. Just business 101, right?
Right.
And you going out here to the seller and just trying to show all these calculations ain't going to do squat with them. Giving them a good reason why you're at that price where they can't cry about it is the best way for you to get the best deal. So saying, hey, I talked to my son. He walked by. From his expertise as a realtor, he told me it'll cost X amount to get it to where we need to be for a rental. Because of that, he told me we need to buy this for around $50,000. Shut up, see the reaction.
Okay.
Go negotiate back and forth, and you're good to go.
All right.
And so I don't think you should offer 30. I don't think you should offer 40. I know Ohio wealth negotiations. I think 50 is the right price. And hopefully get for 50, maybe 55, 60 is my guess. And you make 10, 15, 20 grand, and we're both happy.
So for the buyer, what's the difference to them if I was just selling, if this was just a single family home versus a rental, like as far as where they want the price to be, or does it not change no matter what it is?
So Johnny's calculation on what he wants for a rental is different than Sally's, and Sally's is different than Edward's, right? They're all different. Here's the cool part. You're selling a product, which is a contract. That is it. So I don't really care what calculations you have, Johnny. It's 70 grand. So that is the price. Would you want to buy it for 70,000 or would you not?
Okay.
Like I don't care what your calculation is, right? And so I'm going to bring it to 5 or 6 people and see where they want to buy it at. The thing is, you're too smart for your own good, where you're trying to like have all these calculations get out. You just got to do the simple thing because they'll just have you doing it. And at the end of the day, if your calculations are any differently, would that affect your initial offer? I don't really think so. Because we don't have a magic wand and we don't know magically what the buyer's going to buy it for. So we're trying to lock it up for the best we can. I think 40 is just a little too low from my experience. So I'd probably buy it around 50, hopefully.
Okay.
And then try to sell for 70, 80 maybe. I'd have to look at the numbers on it, obviously, but let's lock it up first, and then we can talk about it after.
Okay.
So your only issue on this one is your son probably knows this too, or you. I'm thinking of Ohio. I don't want to give it out. I don't give out your market or wherever you're at right now, but like some areas are really cheap and they're really high crime areas and just no buyer wants to buy it. I don't think you're in that area, but that's the only issue you're going to find in Ohio. There are just certain areas where buyers just don't want to buy. I don't think that's the issue, but yeah.
Yeah, my area is very, very hot. I mean, like everybody wants to wholesale here, but
good.
So it is a really good market. But I
don't think you have that issue. For example, I don't think you're in Cleveland, but like Cleveland has these areas where it's just like nobody wants to. Like I tried to sell a deal for 15 grand, nobody wanted to touch it. It was just a really rough area of Cleveland,
right?
Or parts of Akron. So like if you're in other markets, I think you're. So let's lock this thing up for 50, and then come back next week and let's get a buyer.
All right, that sounds good.
I like it. Or heck, you can bring your son over and just have him call other realtor buyers for cash transactions, which I can show you how to do, and have him give a referral, and he can make 5 grand, and so he can have someone buy for 100. Why not?
Okay.
It's another thing you can do.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't know how to do that, but
well, I'll just show you, right? So, for example, you can have your son. You can pay him 5 grand, right? Give him 5 grand. Why not, right?
Right.
I mean, he should have for free. You gave birth to him, right? So he technically should get it to you for free. But like, all he has to do is go to the MLS, go to the solds, and just go for the sold properties that are really. So, for example, I would go to the MLS, which he has access to, go to the sold duplexes, and call all the buyer agents for sold duplexes in the area.
Okay.
I promise you, there's not 50,000 duplexes in that zip code, right?
Right.
There's probably 15 sold properties. I'll tell you, him as a realtor will have better leverage than you talking to this buyer agent. Say, hey, I'm looking for a buyer, an investment buyer, and I would love to have you as the buyer's agent referral, whatever legal jargon he wants to say it. He'll make sure that person gets a good deal. He'll make sure he gets paid. You'll pay him out of your assignment fee, and everyone's happy.
Okay.
So I don't know, is that complicated, right? He can go in there, find sold duplexes in the zip code, and call the buyer's agent. It's already in there, and he can see if they're looking to buy. Is your buyer looking to buy any more duplexes? I'd love to get you paid. I think you'll find 4 or 5. Do a walkthrough. It should be a vacant property. It's money.
Yeah. And then what do they get paid? That buyer, the realtor.
So buyer's agent will get paid from probably the buyer. The buyer will probably pay it, or we can pay them. I don't really care. I'll pay them $5,000. If you locked it up for 60 and you're selling for 100, give $5,000 to the agent, give $5,000 to your son, and you keep 30.
Yeah.
And rub it in your son's face. Tell him to start wholesaling, make some real money.
Exactly.
Because think about it. What's 3% of $100,000? $3,000. So they'll be over the moon to do this.
Right. Yeah, I like that. I've been asking him to start working with me, and
don't ask him. Show him how much you're making.
Right. It's a little bit of that, like, I'll believe it when I see it, like, type of thing, with the wholesaling. Because I talked
the other
to
way
him.
around. Do you know how many 17-year-olds right now are making 4 times more than their parents, who say that wholesaling is a scam? They're 17 years old, right? And so don't tell them, show them. And I think you get this thing locked up. I think you got a great deal. Let's make some money. I like this.
I think he thinks because I'm his mom, that it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, they think I'm too old. I mean, I'm 60. I am a little late in the game to be starting to do this, but.
Where are you saying that? Grant Cardone's like 66?
What's that?
He's at the top of his game ever, right? Grant Cardone's 66 years old.
Ah.
Right? He looks great like you, right? You look like you're 40 right now, right? So you're good to go.
Yeah, I do. I am anxious to get something done like this, just to prove to them. I'm sure a lot of the wholesalers out there go through that. Like, everybody has that doubt. Like, you can't do this. This isn't real. They see me leave every day and go put sticky notes on all the houses and stuff, and they're like, "You're crazy." But I'm getting calls, so I'm hoping
you're doing great stuff, right? So if you ask me, how old do you think I am? I would say 30, because I think you're 40. I didn't want to offend you, right? So you're good to go. So stop making that excuse in your mind. I tell people excuses, right? You think you look too old, but you're not, right? So you sound perfect. You don't sound like an old lady, I get these 80-year-olds that are just like, oh my gosh. You sound great. You're going to make a stupid more amount of money than your son, and you're going to do great, okay?
All right. I like it.
So get that deal locked up, okay? What prices do we need to be at on it?
We need to be at 50 to 60.
There we go.
Right? And then we're going
to... What are you going to tell the seller when you're ready to give the offer? Why are you at the price?
I'm going to say because my son drove by the house and took a look, and he thinks that it's going to cost us a little bit more to rehab. And so that's why we're at this number.
He told you to be at that number, not we, him. Blame him. You're good to go.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. Yeah. I got to put the blame on him.
There we go.
This guy was super nice, though. He was so honest about that, because he's like, "Oh, they came out and praised it for 100 something." He's like, "I told him it's not worth that much." And I'm
there
like, okay.
I think you could sell it 80 to 90 by yourself, or maybe 70, but I think 90 to 100 is easy with a realtor. So there's plenty of money to be made here. All right.
All right. Wonderful. All right. I'm going to try to get it locked up, and then I'll talk to you next week.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Right.
Keep it
Thanks
up.
so much. I appreciate it.
Awesome. See, there we go. We're getting leads. We're getting deals. Love to see it. He ready. Well, what's your name? Hello. Knock, knock. Knock, knock. All right. Bye-bye. Gene. Hello.
Hey, Zach, can you hear me?
There we go. How are you, man?
I'm all right, man. How are you?
You all right? Are you alive?
I am alive.
Is
Hold
your
on a second. Well, this is the
are
first
you
time
close
I've
to
tried to
family
use
alive? Whoa. Are your family doing
pretty
okay right
good,
now?
you know?
Is your
Good.
family doing
How about
okay?
yours?
They're great. So
Doing
why are
great.
you just okay? You should be
I'm doing
amazing right
great.
now, man. You should be amazing right now.
I'm amazing.
There we
Starting to
go.
do this thing
Let's
right now,
change our
for
mindset.
real.
Let's be happy, excited. You have the
Super happy and
opportunity.
excited. First
Oh,
time
what's
talking
going
to
on?
you, man. I appreciate what you do for, everybody.
Of course.
And, well, I have a question. I don't know if it's very late for you to be live, right?
I don't sleep much. I'm too excited. I go to bed later, especially football season, and then I'll just get up early because I just want to make some money, man.
That's good. Me too.
Gotta help the West Coasters out,
Yeah. Well, I talked to your father on a live Zoom meeting, right?
Okay.
And there's this prospect, right, that I called her today, and she's in Port St. Lucie, actually. You guys used to live in Port St. Lucie, right?
I live in Stewart, so it's like 15 minutes away.
15 minutes, right? So she's a prospect. I called her today, but she was very eager to sell her house, very motivated. But I was actually doing the ARV. I don't know if I'm doing the ARV right, the formulation, if I'm doing it right. I sent the details to Rick in school.
Okay. I mean, do you want to put in the private chat the address? I can look at it.
It was in a private. It was a DM in school.
Okay. Do you see the private chat inside of here, though? You can send it to me right now. I can look at it.
Sent to you right now. Hold on.
Yep.
Let me see the private chat. Hold on. I think I sent you a message, right?
Yeah, you put it in there. Just send it in there. No one's in here right now.
Okay. Let me give you the address real quick. Hold on.
All right. Let me know when you send it. And you need help with the ARV on it?
Well, kind of, yes, because I wish I could just copy and paste what I sent to your Ricky, right?
Okay, let me see this. So what do you want me to do? You want me to find the ARV for you?
Yeah, because she wants to sell it for 360, and I since this is my first thing, I think it's gonna be my first deal. I was wondering if you guys could just see if it's a good deal, and then we could go ahead and JV on it.
Jeez Louise, man. I've seen what this thing used to be listed for last year. That is stupid.
Last year.
Yeah, it got listed a year ago. It's the Reds property? Yeah, it's the Red property.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm looking at the pictures. Not terrible, man. I wish
She was ready for 300. I want to tell you this.
If you do it for 300, there's money to be made.
And she has a roof problem.
Oh, wow. Welcome to the average Port St. Lucie seller. Do you live in Port St. Lucie?
No, in Deerfield.
Okay. So All right. Let me look at one thing really quick here. Okay, so roof problem, right?
Yeah. If it's in school, I send everything to Ricky right there. I don't know if you can see the message.
Okay, that's great. So just tell me about the deal, though.
Insurance is pressuring her to change the roof, and she
How
has
old's the
like
roof?
solar panels on top of it. I believe since she moved in, they never done
All
any
right.
work on
Can I
it.
give you
But she says she never had a leak.
Can I give you some secrets?
So
Can I give
if
you
she
some
has some
secrets?
secrets,
So if
yeah.
you want to figure out how old the roof is, what you needed to go is pull it on the property appraiser, which I'm doing right now. I'm looking at the
Okay.
permits. Hold on.
Property appraiser.
The roof was put on 2004, September
2004.
15th, 2004. So if you go to the roofing
Gotcha.
permits for the property appraiser, you can actually pop up that information, FYI.
Okay.
Now looking at this deal right here, 300 is a great deal, man.
What do you think?
300 is a great deal.
That's why I sent a message.
I can make 20. I can make 25 on that at 300K.
That's around K,
Sell
right?
for 340.
That's why I sent the message to your father real quick to see if you guys could help me out with the. She's expecting a call tomorrow. So
Okay.
it's gonna be
I mean,
my first.
I'd lock it up.
Yeah. If you guys want to do it, you can do it like a 3-way call or whatever. I don't know how you guys operate, but I want to bring the deal.
So John, so we do a lot of JVs. So most JVs people lock it up, then we sell it with them.
Gotcha.
If
Okay.
you want me to personally lock up the deal, meet them in it, like I don't do that anymore.
Okay.
I'll send my team probably go out, but if that happens, I have to pay them. You know that's another issue.
I got it.
So,
I got it.
I mean, what
I
you
could
can
try
do
to
is
lock
I'd
it up.
lock it up. I'm just thinking about you. I'd lock it up, and
Uh-huh.
then I'd have my dispo people come by, and then we can split it. I just don't want to add in my acquisitions person because that's going to cut more of the deal out for you.
I got you. Okay.
Plus, you don't learn anything.
All right.
By
So you
doing
think
that.
a good offer would be like 300?
Amazing.
Okay. I'll talk to her tomorrow.
So if you don't go to school and just message me that deal, I can talk to you tomorrow, and we'll get something done. Though that's a great deal, though.
Okay.
And I'll
I have to
text
come
Rick
back
when I get
today
out
anyway.
here, so he'll see it in the morning, and he'll look at that right in the morning, and we're gonna have someone on our team. What most likely would probably happen is, let me text Rick right now. I can't say no to 40 grand. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just a little cheap guy, but I just can't say no to 40 grand. But let me. Okay. So I just texted him. So he'll look at your deal, and we'll probably have someone on my team, maybe even my acquisitions person. They might call you tomorrow morning, and they'll work with you on getting the deal done. I don't do that anymore because, I mean, just too many deals being done. But I'll have someone. She's really good, and she'll get it done tomorrow for you. All right.
So Zach, the message is coming like cutting. I don't know if I'm having like internet problems, but last like
somebody. So
a minute.
Rick will talk to you. Can you hear me?
I can hear
Rick
you
will
now.
talk to you tomorrow, or somebody on my team is going to call you. Okay.
Okay.
It's a she.
Should I wait until I call her, or
I would wait.
Okay.
I'll have her reach out to you, and she's one of my top people, and she'll help you with the deal. Okay. I'll probably just cut it out of my half, just so we get it done. But it seems like a good deal. So.
Okay. Great. All right. Cool. I'm happy. Let's do it. Cool. Appreciate it.
Can you message me the details right now?
All right, Zach. Yes, I can. Right. It's cool. I'm going to do it right now.
Okay. Good stuff, man.
All right, cool. Thank you, man.
Thanks, man. Someone reach out to you tomorrow.
All right. Okay, perfect. Thanks.
All right. Yeah, so I would love to be the guy that personally goes out and closes all the deals. I mean, maybe I gotta pay my employees. So I'll have one of my top people come by, call him, work on getting the deal closed, and get it done, make some money. So guys, if you want to learn how to wholesale real estate for free, just go to freewholesaling.com and you can learn how to do it from there. A lot of people ask what's the school. It's called Footwork Plus on school, or school.com/flip with Rick. Just go to flipworkplus.com for that. But more specifically, I only JV with people inside of Flipwork Plus, so hopefully it's in Flipwork Plus. But if you want to learn how to wholesale real estate for free, go to freewholesaling.com, and we'll see you soon. This is Zach Ginn signing out. Have a blessed one.